Hello and welcome to the Nexus podcast, where we seek to connect stakeholders with great happenings in our community, create new opportunities for our staff and students, and elevate what's possible for our district, which is Noble Public Schools, one of the best districts out there, if not the best.
I agree, 100%.
And, yeah, speaking of which, we have a very special guest today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Mr. Gray, and I am the assistant superintendent now.
So when we haven't had you on here yet.
We have not been on here, so we are excited. We've done a lot of these things in the past, so let's see what we got today.
Yeah, and we just finished with our, fifth broadcast of, fourth of Pioneer TV.
I think so.
Today, and you added the public.
Went smooth, so we'll keep adding stuff as we go.
Awesome. Well, guys, today our podcast is all about Pioneer TV. Okay, so this is something that I think is going to be really exciting for our school. Mr. Gray knows the power of Hubbard TV and what that's done over there. So we're trying to bring that here to Pioneer Elementary, and you guys are going to play a big role in it. So we'll talk more about that. But let's start with some questions.
Perfect.
Okay.
Let's hit me.
All right, so here we go. What inspired the launch of Pioneer TV, and what's the big picture goal for this live stream show?
Obviously, what inspired it is about 15 years ago when I was principal at Hubbard, we had such thing called Hubbard TV. Well, obviously, we're doing announcements every day that every school does. Hey, what's the pledge? What's for lunch? All those different things. And we thought, well, no one's listening. So let's come up with a way where kids will listen. So we went out, got a camera, got some cheap stuff, started from scratch, just a way to basically do announcements live.
Okay.
Basically the YouTube style, which is now the social media style. So this was kind of before all that.
Yeah.
And then whenever we became the principal of Pioneer, we said, hey, it's a piece we're missing because the kids still like it. We saw the announcements over the intercom. Still weren't the same. So Mr. Barefoot and I wrote a grant, got all the funding to get this nice studio, obviously, and with me filling in this year, I said, hey, we're going to make it happen this year. So big picture goal is obviously to build something that's entertaining.
Sure.
I mean, at the end of the day, would you rather hear over the intercom, let's do our Pledge of Allegiance, what's for lunch, or would you rather have something a little bit jazzed up to where you never know what's going to happen, like boom! I mean, you never know. You never know what's going to happen. So that's the nice thing about being live and being TV is you can do things to catch people off guard. You can get their attention. We've grown up now in this world where video dominates. And so why not basically tailor it to the kids and what they want rather than things over the intercom. So that's big picture vision. Is build something also parents can see what's going on at school, be a little bit more informed.
All right, great. Yeah, and we're going to capitalize on it this year. So when you get the notice that you're up on Pioneer TV, hopefully you look forward to it because each day should be something new and exciting. Okay. So let's talk about student roles. So Pioneer TV is starting small, obviously.
Right.
We just have had a very small cast so far. Right. We did have our first girl today. So we had Mrs. Mel on.
Yes,
so you girls, all right, we're trying to get you covered. So we're starting small before bringing in students to cover the pledges and all that stuff. Can you share how this will roll out and what role students will play?
The biggest thing is obviously the end goal is students running, I would say 90% of it. But like any good teaching, I feel like you have to model it first. And so that's what we're doing right now is it's up and going. We're modeling it. We're having people learn how to run it because that's the other piece of Hubbard TV is behind the scenes. There's so much that goes on, and we have people needing to learn what to do behind the scenes. So this gives us a chance to learn all the tricks behind the scenes, but also at the same time modeling something we expect from students. So obviously at the end of the day, I would say students are going to be doing probably the majority of the roles we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Everything but the principal's corner, which will end the show, just so that Mr. Barefoot can talk about things that are maybe relevant that day. But other than that, kids should be doing the pledges. Kids should be doing the menu. Kids should be doing the announcements. Especially 4th and 5th graders, they can do a lot more. And so we should be expanding to where this is almost a 90-95% run student-led.
Student production.
So that's kind of exciting from our end.
Yeah.
Obviously, the end goal would be, hey, let's let them see the back end at some point and see if we can get some kids to do that. But right now, let's just focus on the front end, putting kids in front of the camera. Because at the middle school, obviously, in the high school, we worked towards a broadcast system. And so now we're exposing kids earlier to it. And let's be honest, they're all on their phones. They're all on YouTube. They want to see themselves. So it's just a great way to reinforce good behavior.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that to your point too, these kids, like you said, they get to know one another more. So how many times throughout the year will a student have the opportunity to share who they are to the school?
Well, you're looking at probably 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3.
Kids.
And so, I mean, with this though, I mean, it's gonna obviously it'll be more.
Right.
But then at the same time, I mean, kids are able to put names and faces. They may see somebody in the hallway and they're like, "Hey, good job today." And so you can kind of build a culture of celebration and
Right.
excitement around that.
Well, and that's our goal too, is
yeah.
to make it to where it can move, so the studio can move. So when
That's
we're
right.
doing an assembly in the gym, it can be live, so we can recognize students. If we're
Yeah.
doing something in a classroom, we can be live. So the goal is to make this a traveling studio, so that we can actually recognize more kids as we go.
Okay,
So.
good deal. Awesome. All right, so how will Pioneer TV balance delivering important announcements with a fun, humorous vibe to keep students engaged?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, the kids are going to drive it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We talked the other day about students giving some input here pretty soon about things they want to see, things
Sure.
they want to hear, because at the end of the day, their culture kind of drives what we're doing. Take, for instance, I mean, this show may be 6 or 7 minutes long. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you're trying to find things that are relevant to the kids.
Sure.
Obviously, it may throw off the adults because we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But our goal is to do it in kid lingo.
Yeah,
And so what's
exactly.
current with kid terms. And so it's just a way of taking information but make it humorous, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
make it content that they want to see. And
Yeah.
so that's why we're going to try and balance pretty good about, hey, this is information you need, but we're going to do it in a fun way, entertaining way, so
Yeah.
that way they want to be a part of the show.
Something they can relate to.
Yes.
Yeah. And if you all remember, in library, we talked about what you guys liked about Hubbard TV, things that you thought maybe we could do away with transitions that we could make with Pioneer TV to really make this its own thing. And so thank you so much for that information, because moving forward we will be using that.
Because at the end of the day, our job is to slay it, as
That's
they would
right.
say. So
Slay it. All right. So, how do you hope Pioneer TV will bring our school community? I mean, you already touched on this for the most part, but students, staff, and families closer together.
the nice thing is like everything else, we put a link out. You get to see
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah,
So you'll
that's
get
right.
to see every day kind of what's going on in the world. Not always do things make it home in Wednesday folders. So now as a parent, I could log on real quickly and see, hey, it's concession on Thursdays. Hey, like today, you've got a guest painter artist,
Yeah.
Richard Height,
Yep,
I
Richard
think,
Height.
coming.
Richard Height.
And so it's a great way for parents to see, hey, what's going on at the school. The nice thing is, too, like I said, is we broaden it out. We do assemblies, we do different things. Then you go to one channel, and you basically see what's going on at the school. So you can be more informed, because relying on a 4th and 5th grader to come home and tell you everything that's going on in school may not happen.
Yeah,
So
no
that's
kidding.
our job, to kind of basically keep you informed.
Okay, good. Yeah. And I'm assuming so parents will be well aware before their students are on Pioneer TV.
Yes.
At least that's the
yes.
goal.
Yes. The goal is obviously the way we did it at Hubbard, and that's the only thing I kind of related to right
Yeah,
now.
sure.
Is we will basically give the kid about a week advance of, hey, this class is going. That teacher will let them know. So that way, too, the kid can prep up a little bit. You're not just throwing them on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
Because that kind of makes it nerve-wracking for everyone.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so that parent will know, hey, today, little Johnny's going to be on Hubbard TV, so they can log in. But, two, the nice thing is, if they miss it, well, then you can go back to our channel and watch it later in that day. So if
Yeah.
little Johnny forgot to tell mom, hey, I'm going to be on here, well, guess what? At nighttime, they can go and see the recording. So
Okay, good.
That's a nice thing.
And plus, guys, what you are tasked with, depending on if it's the pledge or if it's the lunch menu or whatever the case may be, it's not like you have a lot that you need to memorize or anything like that. And we're looking at ways to make it more feasible for you in terms of sharing the content. So you don't need to be worried about that. Don't need to be nervous. When it's live, I understand. Even some of us, like, we still get nervous, right? Like, I mean. Right now,
Right
it's
now,
not like I'm
shaking in my boots.
But
You know.
oh my word, you see this thing? It's like shaking around now. But that's just, it comes with the territory. The more that you practice, the more comfortable you're going to be.
Well,
All
and
right?
two, let's be honest, mistakes are going to happen.
They are.
It's a part of doing the show. And
Yep.
so as you can see, our first 3 or 4, we've had mistakes every day. But that's part of it. And I'll be honest, sometimes the mistakes are what makes it funny. And
Yep.
so you
Yep.
make a mistake, roll on, because, tomorrow somebody else is probably going to make a
Yep.
mistake too, so it's not a big deal.
So our pilot episode, so Mr. Rowden has been the instrumental piece behind a lot of this.
Right.
All right. So in fact, I can see him over there right now because he helped set this podcast up. So big thanks to Mr. David Rowden. If you see him in the hallways, you may not know who he is. At some point, we'll probably get him on here for a podcast because I like you to hear from him. And especially if you're somebody who wants to get into audio, video type stuff, he knows his stuff. We wouldn't be able to do what we're doing right now if it wasn't for Mr. Rowden. So big shout out to Mr.
Agreed.
Rowden. Thank you very much. And in the meantime, yeah, we're going to do our best to make sure you guys are set up and you feel good moving forward. Okay, so last but not least, how to get involved. So for students excited to join Pioneer TV, how can they get involved? When can we expect to see them live?
Right.
What do we shoot? What's that metric?
Well, obviously, that metric is going to be September 29th
Okay.
is the day we will start introducing students. So that gives us still about one more week to kind of work out the kinks,
Yep.
work out everybody's roles. So, I mean, the biggest thing I would say right now, watch Pioneer TV,
Sure.
see what
Yep.
we're doing. At the end of the day, what are we looking for? It's like we've said before, we're looking for an anchor man or woman who is doing what they're supposed to in the classroom. So this is a reward process.
It is.
That you in the classroom, you have to have all your work turned in. You can't have discipline referrals. You need to be doing the right thing so that we can put you on Hubbard TV or Pioneer TV. Sorry.
Pioneer, you got it.
It's that same motto we've been pushing all year: work hard, play hard. So if you're working hard in the classroom, then you get to come over here and you get to play. But once again, make sure you're doing everything you're supposed to, because the teacher is going to pick representatives from their class. So
That's
each
right.
day it may be, hey, this is Mr. O'Neill's class going today. Well, he's going to send us 4 or 5 students. And
Sure.
so
Yeah.
he's looking for 4 or 5 students who are doing the right thing, but 2, 4, or 5 students who are comfortable being in front of the camera. If you don't want to be in front of the camera, then by all means, just tell your teacher, because we don't want to force you to do something you don't want to do.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, and I've had a few students ask, do I have to be on camera? And I've said no. Like they you do not have to be. Now, the more that you watch Pioneer TV, to Mr. Gray's point, the more comfortable you may be with that. So later in the year, you may go, actually, I really would like to be on there. If your behavior is where it should be, if you are listening, learning, loving, and leading, like we talk about in library all the time, then that means that you are set up and you are ready to go to be somebody who can be on Pioneer TV. Okay, so I'm trying to think. Honestly, I don't have anything else to ask in terms of Pioneer TV. But is there anything else that you would like to add?
Biggest thing I would say is, hey, right now it's bare bones.
Sure.
That's how we start. Let's get really good at the bare bones, and then as the year goes on, you're going to start seeing crazy segments. You're going to start seeing different guest appearances. More than anything, too, you're going to start seeing rewards, incentives throughout the school. So we're going to start introducing various rewards, various raffles, and the winners will be announced on Hubbard TV. Or the math problem of the day, you need to pay attention, because if we ask you in the hallway and you know the answer, because we're not going to give it to you, you're 4th and 5th grade, we're going to do some things where we're going to throw a problem out there. If you can give us the answer, then you can win prizes. So once again, this is grounded in my philosophy of work hard, play hard.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you are doing your part, then we're going to do our part to make this fun. We're going to make it entertaining. I promise. So far, it's been nice the 4 days we've done it. We've gotten tons of positive feedback in the hallways, or at least I have. I don't know.
And they love the 6-7.
They've been loving the show. They've been loving everything we did. We introduced some puppets today, some different things.
Yeah.
And I think it's nice to see them actually paying attention to the
Oh,
announcements again, because before I could ask them, hey, what's going on tomorrow? They didn't know.
Yeah.
Where now I can promise you, these last 4 days, they can tell me everything that we did.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's when you know you're doing something right.
That's right. And I do want to say, too, really quick, Rock and Ron, of course, he ran the announcements for 7 years, something like that. I think maybe 7 years. So you will still see, at least here at the beginning, you're going to be seeing Rock and Ron, right? And a huge shout out again to Rock and Ron for running announcements for 7 years. So that's a pretty big thing. Hopefully you guys checked out. I say today. This isn't going to air today, but it will. But hopefully you got to see. Let's see, the September 17th live stream, because Rock and Ron had his lizard, and I'm forgetting his name.
And he's excited too.
Yeah,
obviously he's done the announcements for a long time. But now he gets to do something different. And so once again, it's pushing him to be creative. Hey, you're live, you get to do different things. And so once again, anytime you're pushed to go outside the box, I feel like it's good for everyone. So we like to run with no scripts. We like to see what happens. Live is the way to go.
And that's how you grow, honestly.
Yeah.
You grow being pushed outside of the comfort zone. Depending on what, it's, I don't know, moving here to Noble has pushed me outside of my comfort zone in ways that has allowed me to grow. So, that's
the goal.
That's the goal in life. You got to go to grow sometimes. So, anyway, trying to think. Well, you know what, Mr. Gray, I appreciate you coming on, talking about Pioneer TV. I think it's going to be a great year, and you guys, I hope that you look forward to your segment, your time on Pioneer TV, because I think you're really going to enjoy it. It's going to be a blast, and it's a way that you can contribute to the school moving forward. So, without further ado, we will see you on the other side.